and welcome to the grand final of Celebrity Love Island.
Yes, my friends, this is it. For 5 weeks, we've been conducting the biggest ever scientific experiment into celebrity relationships, and now after 36 days, we can announce our findings. Yes, when it comes to loving, celebrities prefer toilet cubicles, which I think is worth every penny.
It all started with 12 sexy single celebrities. Then it went down to 11, then 10, then back up to 11, then down to 9, then back up to 10 again. And now we're down to the final 4.
Which I think you'll agree is all very scientific, and in just over an hour, you will have crowned your favourite boy and girl Love Island's golden couple. But first, let's go back to the moment when Jane, Liz, Fran and Lee found out they'd made it through to the final, and Abby realised that she'd made nothing at all. So Jane there, in tears of joy or relief or sadness or total indifference, it really is hard to tell at this stage. And can we assure our non-Irish viewers that if Fran actually wins, subtitles for his victory speech are available on teletext page 888, and subtitles for me saying 8 are also available on that page.
And Liz might think that the pause before we evict them is the most sickening thing ever, but it's nothing compared to the one they'll face later when we'll reveal who you've chosen as your winners. But who's it going to be?
Who's it going to be? Remember, only 2 celebs will share the 100 grand, while the runners-up will share the bitterness and, of course, pretend for the cameras that they're delighted for the winners.
Now, if you want it to be your favourite, then get voting now. The number is as ever, so in about an hour's time.
But one thing they'll always have, whether they win or not, are, of course, Kelly, the memories of the friends that they've made here in the resort, or as we like to call them, the losers.
So just to cheer them up, or maybe depress them even more, that night we sent the final 4 messages from the celebrities who'd been and gone. I think it's lovely. They got to say all those things that they couldn't say face to face.
And I can't wait to say all the things I said to them face to face as well. And so to our last day trip decided, and with our final 4 basking in the glory of making it to the end, what better than to remind them of some of the rubbish that they've spouted over the last 5 weeks to get them there. So Lee been reminded of some of his more sensitive lines, which can be found in full on our website. That's www.itv/Lee/bit of a poof.
And Liz won a day trip decider for the 2nd time, but will she make it 3 wins in a row by the end of the night?
And just to prove that Love Island isn't all about ex-footballers turning into big girl blouses, it was time for a final test of steel to discover who really had what it takes to pocket a big fat cheque, quaff champagne and fly first class all the way home.
And first of all, it was the turn of Fran and Jane, who as a couple had to throw themselves off a cliff.
Which will of course prepare them perfectly for married life. Welcome back to the grand final of Love Island.
Over the past 5 weeks, they've learnt so much. They've learnt about who they are as people. They've learnt about romance.
and stuff like that.
And loads of other things that we've been teaching them.
Yeah, and most importantly, we've learned that when 100 grand's up for grabs, even an ex-footballer and a former Irish bouncer will get all sensitive and emotional.
Ooh. And very soon we're going to learn who you think should be declared Love Island's golden couple and who will win that money.
Yes, they've all got 100,000 reasons for winning, but funny enough, when we asked them, they didn't mention that at all.
Yeah, funny though.
OK, so for Lee, of course, would put the icing on the big fat cake, so at least we now know what he's going to do with the money.
Clearly they're all very excited about what's going to happen, but to be fair, they've all had an exciting couple of days. That's because the final day trips were designed to give each couple one last test. Beautiful.
Wow. So great news for Liz there. She proves she's perfect marriage material for any captain that's lost his seaman.
Well, Lee might have had a bit of a fright earlier in the day, so it seemed only fair to give him a nice treat later on.
And what better final treat than to lock him up for the night with a woman who pretends that she doesn't want to marry him. Good luck, fella. Yes, if you love someone, set them free. Or, Jane, if you love someone, tell them on national telly, make them run for the hills, then bawl your bulbs out for anyone that'll listen for the next month.
So Lee sees Jane as the big sister he never had, and possibly never wanted.
But he's got a point. When it comes to brother and sister relationships, sex can sometimes ruin things.
Well, you say that. Well, they might not see themselves as a romantic couple, but will you make them your golden couple?
Yes, tonight you're choosing your winners. Remember, 1 girl and 1 boy will share £100,000. I can't believe you just said that.
It's 090113232 and heads of Love Island will be revealed tonight. But while Jane and Lee enjoyed one last night of romantic luxury in the Love Shack, Liz and Fran had the exact opposite.
Yes, being castaways on a desert island might sound romantic, but the reality is, of course, a lot tougher. Spur thought for our poor celebrities who had to strike their own matches to light the fire we built for them and had to cook their own food, which we delivered.
Welcome back to Love Island's grand final.
Yes, in just a few minutes' time, we'll be revealing the winning couple who've managed to survive this 5 weeks of sun-kissed purgatory.
It hasn't been easy, but at least they've been dedicated. Not once did they let themselves be distracted from the job of flirting, sitting around and falling out with each other.
Yes, they've been totally focused on the cash. And now it's nearly over, they can't help entertaining thoughts about the money. But they aren't content with telling you they want to win. They also want to tell you who they want to win with.
Poor old Fran has never won anything like this before, whereas the rest of them are fed up with winning televised love contests.
But if Fran wins with Liz tonight, he could be walking out of here with the cash and the honour of being romantically paired up with his ex-girlfriend's best friend. But of course, you wouldn't do that, would you?
But Jane's right, her and Lee have come a long way, and they've still got a lot more things to sort out. Right, this is what they do.
Yes, don't you just wish that Jane would come right out and show us how she's really feeling? What was she thinking of?
Chasing the cash, I think. But I think Lee really does appreciate her being a bit more friendly. At least she doesn't want to smash his face in anymore.
Yes, Jane telling Lee if anybody messes with you, I'll kick their arse, which is the most romantic thing anyone said to him since he roomed with Roy Keane before the '94 Cup final.
But at least they'd sorted things out between them, and all was happy again in the resort the next morning. Okay, this is it. We're on our way into the resort to reveal the first half of Love Island's golden couple.
Have you chosen Jane or Liz? The results are in and it is time. All of you for making it this far.
Yes,
You've survived.
have a few moments more.
Okay, guys.
All right.
Suffering in silence for just another few minutes.
Jane and Liz. God, oh my God.
Okay, so Peter and Liz will be joining us for a chat in a moment.
But that's only half of the story. The lines are still open for you to choose either Fran or Lee as the second half of our winning couple. So if Fran's...
Quick, we will be revealing your very shocked...
Welcome back to the grand final of Love Island, where moments ago you named Jane as the first half of our golden couple.
Which means that this lady narrowly missed out, and Liz joins us now. Here's from the crew there. How are you, missus?
Oh, a little bit, but not
Romance blossom for you,
I honestly don't know. I just
But you did have a good time.
You
Yes,
did.
10 times happier. We do have to ask you, it is called Love Island. Now, you said there were a couple of guys that you may be anything about it. Well, we've got someone on camera now who's about to tell you a different thing.
He's dead.
Okay, he's dead.
Together.
No. On, so we've got 3 still up there. We know Jane has one, and I know you're chuffed to bits for her.
Fran.
Fran.
Fran, there we go. We've our golden couple, and we'll be heading back into the resort in a little bit to reveal whether you want Fran or Lee to join her. So get calling if they need your votes to win. It's 09011 3232 09 for Fran.
Or 090 11 32 3210 for Lee, or text their names to 88368. So our winner Jane has found out what you think of her, but last night we gave them all a little taste of what the papers back home have been saying about them. Oh dear. And so, Lord Coe, if you're watching, and I know you're a fan, wait until you've made a tit of yourself over an ex-footballer on national TV, and only then you can talk.
I think the most important thing is that they've learned how to take criticism well.
Absolutely.
But it was a shock, so that night we decided to give them a little treat.
It looked like a fireworks display. It was actually a coup in Western Samoa. Still, it cheered up our celebrities, and that's the important thing.
And I know Lee said that he wanted to get out of here, but you can see that they really are going to miss it. Maybe it's something about the constant attention and complete luxury, maybe. Who can tell?
Possibly, yeah. But that wasn't the last surprise the resort had in store. Now, prepare yourself for this, because it is difficult to believe, but Jane was soon in tears again.
Oh, no. Well, if it scares you, Jane, I think it's going to terrify him.
Not laugh. And she doesn't want him to know. Don't worry, Jane, there's no way he'll ever find out. It's fine.
Well, we already know one winner, but you have to choose one more. Is it going to be Lee or Fran?
Okay, you can bet that they are bricking it in there, but who's going to end up with a smile on their face? Get calling now. A few minutes left. We're heading into the resort for the very last time. Fran or Lee, only one can win. The result is coming up right after this break. You do not want to miss it.
Welcome back to Love Island's grand final. So we now know that Jane is the first half of our winning couple, but the drama is far from over.
Okay, guys. Come on, fella, let's have you.
Well,
Well played. Okay, we'll not actually say what you said there when you were watching that. Weeks we've been walking up into the resort. The one thing I've been dying to ask you, what's the crack with
way
it?
to win.
Bearing your soul for it.
Look, shall we?
Yeah, let's
We'll
have
be
it. Okay, so that was you.
Of course we did, of course we did. That is Jane. What's your relationship with her?
All right, what she told you? Look at what your sister said last night.
Oh, God.
I think your sister might be into you.
What do you think of that?
No, I don't know. Well,
You're saying I've fallen for you, Abby. I think you're amazing. That's not declared. I think you've got a bit of a dilemma on your hands.
Thanks, just
Can
get
we just
me
say
out of here.
congratulations and best of luck sorting that out?
Entertainment, you're giving us everything, so congratulations.
Okay, we've talked to our runners-up, but let's hear what the rest of the celebrities had to say about the winners. Okay, here they are now, very live and very happy. Jane Middlemas has got a bleeding foot. Look
My
at this.
foot is bleeding.
Goodness.
The blood, and sweat and tears.
It's absolutely unbelievable. It's unbelievable.
You never thought you'd come this far, or? They're getting your highlights, they're coming.
Well,
There's
what
so
is
many.
this?
It's live telly for you, isn't it, Kelly? You just have to run like a...
We have this ready. Check this out.
Brilliant.
What was that you were saying there, Fran?
no comment.
I think that... Hands up, that'll be me.
Yeah, fair enough, because, you know, obviously you've managed the sponsorship deal with Kleenex is probably on its way. It didn't go out, Jane.
Jane. Romance, or is it a...
Told us everything about it.
Say that Fran made you go quiverly.
You are the golden couple if you'd like to head over there. There they are. There's the party. Just about it from us. We'd like to thank all of our celebrities, but most of them being here like we weren't going to enjoy it. The celebration, Kelly, and from me. All's left is to say